Let's look at Jazz real quick because it's a company I know pretty well. Jazz is a funny company. They sell GHB, which is sometimes called the day drug. That's their biggest product. We were making ketamine a couple companies ago. Then we had another friend that was selling 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗏. So we would all meet together and we'd be like, all right, we got GHB from this guy, ketamine from him, and 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗏 from him. We're the plug right here. We're the pharma plug. That was Jazz, Retrophin, and GW Pharma, if any of you old heads remember GW Pharma. They got acquired by Jazz. So now Jazz has GHB as well as 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗏. But 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗏 doesn't even get you high, but you know. Yeah, GameStop is a little bit overlooked at, right? And like it's mostly a SPAC for Ryan Cohen, who I like quite a lot. Huma does not look good, but it's too early to tell. Huma could be a better short than sava, and that's saying something. Jazz bought, it was actually a very good deal to get this drug, 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗏. You guys remember that? A crazy deal. We were trying to buy it for 100 mil or something. Jazz bought it for a lot more. Oh, they don't disclose 𝗪𝗏𝗔𝗔𝗍 anymore. That was a big product at one point. Sava is just starting to go down. Don't even worry about the current stock price. I don't care about the current stock price. The question is, will the drug work or not? And I don't think it will. In fact, I would basically bet anything. I already bet that I would shave my head bald, and if you know how vain I am, that's a pretty big deal. I've always liked Jazz's management team, but they've definitely fumbled in the last few years. Why are bond traders better looking? They're smarter. I don't know if they're better looking though. This guy is asking about this stock over and over and over again. Pound sand, kid. I will not give you money to short sava. Borrow from somebody else. It is gonna go down. Okay, so the secrets about Xyrem is the GHB drug that Jazz sells. And if you guys don't know this, Xyrem is basically GHB for people with narcolepsy. So people with narcolepsy, it seems like they would get a good night's sleep, but they don't. And so you take this GHB and it knocks you out and you get a good night's sleep if you have narcolepsy. It's actually a big drug. You can see it's a huge seller. It's about $2 billion. And I had to move from Xyrem to Xywav. Xyrem was their old Xyrem and their old GHB formulation. And now Xywav is kind of their new one that's patent protected. It looks like they've successfully kind of moved off of it. Epidiolex is that drug they bought, I mentioned GW Pharma. The other drugs are kind of all over the place, but that's kind of what they've got going on. But let's try to figure out if they've got a pipeline. And Jazz is pretty simple to understand. We can look at each drug and kind of put it all together like we usually do with any other drug company. Yeah, we're going to look at AbCellera next. Okay, that's a HER2. So what is that? Launch preparations are underway. Okay. Priority review. PDUFA is right now, November, chat? That's real soon. Thanksgiving's coming. Yeah, biliary tract cancer. But what's their deal with zanidatamab? They must have it licensed from somebody else, I think. It's going to be hard to make a generic of this thing. This is like a marine biology bond. Any chemists in the house? Have you guys seen this? It's like a spider web. This comes out of space. The sulfur. Chair. I want to see if 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏 got a generic. Marine, MARINE. Yield is 1.6%. This is a really hard structure to make. This is easy to make. This is easy to make. Getting this guy, yeesh. It's a pretty big molecule too. There's a bunch of hydrogen bond donors here, 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 here. Hydrogen bond donors and acceptors. Good question. I just know that this drug is this comes from the sea squirt. So it's kind of like a naturally occurring substance. It's very hard to make. Look at this. Yields from the sea squirt are extremely low. 1,000 kilograms of sea squirt are needed to isolate 1 gram. So Corey, oh yeah, this is a legendary thing. Corey was a legend. He came up with the synthesis. He's still alive? Corey's still alive? This is like one of the best chemists who ever lived. 16 at MIT, became a full professor of chemistry at 27. This man could synthesize anything. He was the OG Walter White. Look at all his named reactions. Banger after banger, another one, another one. The Corey-Kim oxidation, another one. Corey-Winter olefination, another one. Oh, you don't like that one? How about the Nicolaou macrolactonization? This is beast stuff right here. You had reactions named after you? This man could have won 5 Nobel Prizes. The most cited author in chemistry. Yeah, he's a very decorated dude. Real hard to make this thing. We may never get a generic. Let me look and see what happened with Ectidin, or it's what's called Yondelis. It's IV. Yeah, there's no therapeutic equivalent. There may never be. Actually, this is the kind of thing you can make a fortune chat on generics. Let's say you could make this thing cheaper than J&J, which I don't doubt you could find a way. You can make a fortune because nobody else is going to dare make it cheaper than you. That's where a degree in chemistry can make you a billionaire. The drug from cassava doesn't do anything. It's all a farce. Yeah, Jazz is probably long. I'm going to add a portfolio feature to Godel so you guys can tag along. But yeah, I'd probably buy this one for that portfolio. Yeah, Jazz could double. Yeah, Jazz is cheap. I like it. Okay, let's look at AbCellera. Wow, AbCellera's gotten smoked. Last time I looked at it, it was $10. Is that price right, chat? $238? Is that a typo? Yo, AbCellera got smoked. Smoking on that AbCellera pack. No way they're trading near cash. Stop it. This could be the value. Listen, man, you might think you're a good programmer. Go to some IMO competitions, all right? You might say, oh, that's math, Martin. Yeah, so what? Try to beat these Chinese kids, 12 years old, getting silver medals. You know about that. They know data structures. They look at programming and they laugh. They say, is that what you're worried about? I'm trying to prove 𝗙𝗏𝗘 conjecture before I go to college, and you're worried about for loop. This man is doing for loops. At least try Lisp. Technical analysis is not permissible. I think CRISPR can get better in the future. I'm not sure AI is going to be helping it much. Yeah, I saw the 𝗕𝗲𝗓 approval. Those guys need a new CEO pretty bad. That guy's been there forever. They did slow mode. They need founder mode. I don't have a pick of the day, okay? I'm a sophisticated financial analyst. Nash companies like Madrigal, or however you guys pronounce it. I've been saying Madrigal for like 10 years. So if I've been saying it wrong for 10 years, God bless. GLP kind of makes the opportunity a little less exciting for Madrigal. I don't know. It's another one where like I don't need to trade it. So AbCellera has an OX40. That's probably not worthless. And then 635, which we don't know what mechanism that is. Do they have a partner, like the antibody partner list? Sorry, I don't think I'm going to disclose my financial positions because they arrested Andrew left. I don't like Andrew, but free Andrew. Yeah, it might be a while before AbCellera is a buy. It's not a bad value play. 𝗕𝗏𝗘𝗀 does, yeah. I think. Looks like they're spending a lot of money on like not so great proprietary targets. They want to be a drug company, or do they want to be a tech company? You think PRVs are dying? That's not good. What makes you say that, Ari? There's always the fear PRVs are going to go away. All right, so they've put 14 drugs in the clinic. That's fairly impressive. Usually Congress will renew it, but maybe they won't this time. Oh wow, they're close to the clinic for. Oh yeah, we know they're close for that one. I mean, I kind of like this one too. It's like so beaten up and so cheap. Something's gonna eventually go right for these guys. They're not spending too much either. I mean, 14 clinical antibodies. We know 2 of them were COVID, so let's make that 12. Any of those generate royalties, you're in good shape. They can't disclose everything that's happening at their company because they're just generating compounds for other companies to study. So I think that kind of limits the visibility of what they're up to. You can kind of probabilistically think about like, oh, did Ligand take this thing public? Yeah, we can look at OmniAb too. So yeah, AbCellera has more stuff than they can talk about, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure that their wholly owned drugs are going to be valuable at all, but They have too much cash as well. I'd probably consider buying some. I mean, it's trading below cash. How bad can it get? Famous last words, right? All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for watching. Check out 𝗙𝗿𝗑𝗪